There's a strange silence that falls over a room when laughter suddenly dies. One moment, everyone's chuckling along, and the next, all eyes shift toward the person who dared to break the script. That's exactly what happened to me at a party I'll never forget. I didn't shout, I didn't cause a scene, I simply stood up, walked out, and watched as the smug grin on his face froze in place. People often wonder what it takes to silence a mocker. This is how it happened to me. I had been invited to a friend's birthday party, the kind that was casual and lighthearted, nothing too formal or overwhelming. The house was alive with chatter, bursts of laughter, and music humming in the background. People clustered in little groups, catching up, sharing stories, and raising glasses. I wasn't the center of attention by any means, and truthfully, I preferred it that way. I moved quietly from one circle to another, offering polite smiles, listening more than I spoke, and soaking in the easy energy of the night. That was when he arrived. You know the type, the self-proclaimed comedian who thrives on being the loudest voice in any room. He entered with a booming laugh, instantly pulling heads in his direction as if the party had been waiting for him. At first, his jokes seemed harmless. People chuckled, clapping him on the back, enjoying his exaggerated stories. But after a while, I noticed his eyes scanning the room like he was hunting for something. And then, they stopped, right on me. It started small, almost unnoticeable. During a casual conversation, I said something light, nothing remarkable, but he seized on it instantly. With a smirk, he twisted my words into a punchline. The group chuckled politely, the kind of laughter people give out of habit more than genuine amusement. I smiled faintly, brushing it off, and told myself, it's fine, it's just a joke. Don't make a big deal out of it. But it didn't stop there. Every time the conversation shifted, somehow, he found his way back to me. Another quip. Another mock. Each jab carried a little more bite, digging just a bit deeper. What started as harmless banter soon grew personal, and I could feel the edge in his tone sharpening. The room responded with louder laughter each time, feeding his performance, as though I had unwillingly become the star of his comedy act. My chest tightened with every chuckle, and while others seemed entertained, all I could feel was the weight of my own growing discomfort. The jokes didn't stop at my words. Soon, he shifted into mocking the way I spoke, exaggerating my tone and mimicking my mannerisms in an over-the-top, cartoonish way. Each time he delivered one of these imitations, laughter rippled through the room, though not everyone seemed genuinely amused. I caught a few people exchanging uneasy glances, the kind of looks that said, this feels like it's going too far. Then he turned his attention to my clothes. With a dramatic sweep of his hand, he declared that my outfit looked like something from a thrift store runway. That one hit harder than I expected, and though the laughter was instant, it wasn't unanimous. Some laughed, some looked away, and others shifted uncomfortably in their seats. I could feel the heat rising in my face, burning beneath my skin, but I forced myself to stay calm. Inside, my thoughts wrestled, should I clap back? Should I stay quiet? Each time I chose silence, his grin widened, his confidence swelling as if my restraint meant surrender. In his mind, he was winning some invisible battle. By then, I wasn't just embarrassed anymore, I was humiliated, stripped of dignity in front of an audience I hadn't signed up for. The moment that broke me didn't come from another shallow jab or exaggerated imitation. It came when he crossed a line I hadn't imagined he would dare touch. In the middle of his performance, he reached for something I had once shared privately, a personal detail that was never meant for an audience. He twisted it into a joke, reshaping my vulnerability into a punchline for everyone else's amusement. This time, the laughter was the loudest yet. It rolled across the room, filling every corner, but I didn't hear it the way they did. To me, it was deafening, sharp, and cruel. Everyone was in on it, except me. My chest tightened as though the air itself had turned against me. I knew then that I couldn't sit there and take it anymore. But I didn't respond with anger, or even words. Instead, I chose silence. I placed my drink carefully on the nearest table, pushed my chair back, and rose to my feet. Without a single glance in his direction, I walked toward the door. Slowly, steadily. The laughter faltered, the chatter faded, and even the music seemed to grow quieter. At first, they thought I was putting on an act of my own. A dramatic exit, maybe, just another piece of the night's entertainment. A few chuckled nervously, waiting for me to turn back with a smile. But when they caught sight of my face, calm, serious, and utterly done, the laughter dried up almost instantly. He tried to salvage it, of course. His voice wavered as he tossed out another line, a desperate attempt to keep the attention on himself. But this time, the room didn't play along. No one laughed. No one clapped him on the back. The weight of silence settled over the group, thick and uncomfortable, as if everyone suddenly realized they hadn't been laughing at wit, they had been laughing at cruelty. I saw his grin falter, collapsing like a mask slipping off. For once, he looked unsure, caught without the shield of his own arrogance. A few people called after me softly, but I didn't turn around. I didn't need to. With every step I took toward the door, I was taking away the stage he had built on my humiliation. And without an audience to feed him, his power vanished in an instant. Later that night, my phone lit up with messages from people who had been there. Some apologized for laughing along, confessing that they hadn't known what else to do in the moment. Their words carried a mix of guilt and regret, and though I didn't hold it against them, I couldn't help but think how easy it had been for everyone to side with the louder voice. A few went further, telling me directly that I'd done the right thing, that he had crossed a line no one should cross. Word spread quickly after that. His reputation as the funny guy started to sour, replaced with whispers that maybe his jokes weren't jokes at all, just thinly veiled cruelty. The next time I ran into him, the change was obvious. He didn't swagger into the room or try to command everyone's attention. Instead, he kept his head low, avoiding my eyes as if silence had become my shield and his punishment. For the first time, he seemed to realize that mocking others didn't make him clever or strong. It only revealed how weak he truly was. That night taught me something powerful: silence can be louder than words. Walking away may not seem like much, but it strips bullies of the one thing they crave most: attention. You don't always need a clever comeback or a dramatic confrontation. Sometimes, the strongest move is refusing to play the game at all. And when you do, the laughter that once echoed against you can stop in an instant, leaving only the sound of your dignity intact. People often think standing up for yourself always means speaking out, shouting back, or matching someone's energy. But strength has many forms. That night, I learned that calm defiance can echo louder than any insult. Walking away didn't make me weak, it made me untouchable. His laughter ended, but my self-respect remained. If you ever find yourself being mocked or ridiculed, remember, you don't have to stay and play the fool in someone else's performance. Leave the stage and watch the laughter die with it.